relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J spot on intellectual radio.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J spot where we are strengthening relationships and families one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. You all, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also, follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Go to our YouTube channel, the www.thejspot.com. Like and subscribe to our channel there. Also, go to TikTok, like and follow us there, the J Spot, Jaye, and turn on the notification bell for all platforms. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with the J Spot. That's crooked.
Oh,
It's crooked. Thank you, 30 and Up Doing Us, Tyson Smith. Thank you, 180 Real Talk Chicago. Thank you for everybody that supports us and rocks with us, guys. We really thank you so much. Guys, listen, it's me. Thank you again for all of your support. Listen, guys, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all right now. The foolery is here, okay? It's so much nonsense that has been taking place just on social media and in people's lives. You know, these celebrities, some of them are japping out and just acting a full-fledged mess, and we're going to start off with it. Now, listen, what do you all think about this? Because this is starting to be a common thing. I think this is like maybe the second or third celebrity that we've heard about, I think this year, that has done this. But what do you guys think of Mr. Brady? I was going to say this brother, but this man, this multi-millionaire football player, him and his wife, they are divorcing. And you know what she's getting? How much she's getting out the divorce? Absolutely nothing, because Miss Thing found out at the divorce that Mr. Brady owns absolutely nothing. You know why? Now you say, Jay, how does this man don't own anything and he's a millionaire? What are you talking about? He doesn't own anything. Come closer, y'all. Baby, everything is in his mama's name, okay? Everything. When I say everything, I mean everything is in his mother's name. Now, he's not the first. He's like the second against, I think it was a soccer player, and his wife divorced him, and everything was in his mom's name. So what are you all thinking about that? Do you think that that is fair for, these women to be married to these men, and then they get divorced, and they're thinking, baby, listen, payday is here, and then find out that they get zero, zilch, nothing. Everything belonged to his mama. Now, I personally, listen, I would feel some type of way. So, Miss Brady, let me tell you what you do, how to get you some of this money. You go get you one of your single uncles, and you hire them, and you set his mama up so they can fall in love with his mama. And then, they get married, and then y'all take that mama for all she got. That's what you do, baby. That's how you get to your coins. Okay, see, don't be pulling those, see, because look, where there's a will, there is a way. So if you don't want no underhanded mess to be taking place, then don't go with the foolishness, okay? Because it's not that deep. But listen, what I want to say to the brothers, you see what Tom Brady did? Tiger Woods, take a note from the page of Mr. Brady. Take a note, okay? Listen, because brothers, you all like to go out there and be loving all on these chicks because y'all think that black women are the only ones. We the only ones labeled gold diggers and all this other foolishness. But guess who else is coming out the gold? Now, fellas, the other guys, they protecting themselves. They're protecting their fortunes because they putting everything in their mama name. Now, listen, you all. Now, I know some of you all may not be able to put stuff in your mama's name because, listen, she probably still got the ComEd bill in your name from when you were a little kid and things of that nature. So I wouldn't doubt, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't trust, to go that route with your mama. But find you a sister or somebody to put all of your assets, and I mean everything. This man put everything in his mother's name, and that wife walks away with nothing. Now, should there be a way to legally contest some stuff like that? There should, because they were married for quite a while. But baby, Tom Brady said, let me tell you something. I spent all these years catching these balls, and I asked you to catch a ball. And she didn't want, whenever I came home from catching these balls and he asked his wife to catch his ball and she didn't want to catch his ball, now you can't get none from the divorce. You see what I'm saying? So maybe if she would have caught his ball a little bit more, maybe he would have been easy on the coins. But this is some deceptive stuff, in my opinion, because, you went in, and I don't know, you can't be mad at the game, because here's the deal. She played the game. She thought that she was going to be in position. No doubt. She thought that she had done played her cards right. But, she didn't read the temperature of anything. She didn't understand what was going on. See, this comes from, I'm going to say this. She was a good wife. And you know why I'm going to say she was a good wife? Because she wasn't snooping through his stuff. Because had she snooped through his stuff, she would have knew that it was some trickery and some foolery going on. She should have known that all of his stuff was in his mother's name. How are you married to a man and you don't know that his stuff is in his mama's name? You're not going through the mail when the mail comes and you see there's nothing coming with your husband's name on it. You're not looking through that. What's wrong with you, lady? Why were you not doing your due diligence? You're sitting there, you're at home, he's on the road, baby. You could have been in all his personal stuff. You could have been crack the code on his computer and everything. But you want to go and be a good, dutiful wife. Now look what happened. You see what I'm saying? You see what done happened to you. Now he done played you out of what you feel is rightfully yours. And you know what? Again, I'm just trying to figure out, what were you doing while this man was on the road? What were you doing? Because again, I find it hard to believe that you didn't know nothing was in his name. I just don't understand it. Hey, Toya, you're saying that's what a trust is for. Cedric, you're saying she got the Paris crib. Lamar is saying all his mail was going to his mama house as well. That's what I'm saying. So would you not be suspicious of that? I'm like, we're not going to be staying here and I don't see anything, not a credit card bill, nothing comes here, and you're not suspicious about it. I don't understand. But again, that's why I say she was definitely a good wife, because I would have been in the laptop, I would have been in the iPad and everything, just doing your due diligence. You have to just figure out, you have to listen to what they say, but then you have to verify. You have to do your research, ladies, and verify that everything that's being said to you is true. So again, that being a big red flag right there, like you're never hearing him complain about bills. He got to do this, he got to do that. Never. Take a break. Ooh, sorry, y'all. I got a choke. Hold on.
No anybody love me, you are the one that lives in me, my dear. I should never feel lonely. You don't ever wanna spend some time. I want your love in every drop of a dime. You see me calling, you should come running. Quit all that stalling, my body is calling. I got downtime, hard time. This could be so perfect for one hell of a night. Think you got a secret keys, see me calling my club. I just wanna slow this on you, baby. We can turn it up. You had your chance, don't stand your chances. This love I have is not for play. Under no circumstances, I'm in need of romancing. Pick up the phone 'cause I get so lonely.
Para keep your swimming at the shop.
Listen, you all. That's listen. See, listen, when you get to talking all that trash. I didn't want to start. Thank you, Lamar. I'm straight over here. I'm straight, Cedric. You know, this is what my son say whenever I get to talking garbage. He said, see, the Lord done choked you up because you always talking. But I ain't finished yet, so listen. If I get the cop, I'm just going to do like this and choke and get it on out, and we're going to keep on going. But that's what she should have did. Listen, y'all, I had about 12,000 more points to make on what she should have did. I'm going to get it out, though. I'm going to get it out. If I have to take another choke break, don't worry about it, but I'm going to get it out.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Like and subscribe our channel, the J Spot. That's thejspot.com. Turn on the notification bells. Go to TikTok. Like and follow us there. The J Spot, guys. J is Jaye. Turn on the notification bells for all platforms. Guys, listen, thank you all so much for tuning in. Listen, if you're just tuning in, I almost went to glory. You know, my own, listen, if your own foolishness chokes you up, you know that, you know you're not doing the right, you know that the struggle be real. Listen, my own foolishness cracks me up. Just internally, I be like, you know what? You all right with me. That's what I be saying to myself. I be like, girl, you are shrimp. You all right with me. And I'm like, dang. You know, look, I talked to myself. Look, I started singing that a couple of days ago when I had the kids. And they looked up at me like, what's wrong with 18? What's wrong with you? I talk to myself because I think I have a lot of good things to say. And, you know, sometimes, listen, I'll just get in my petty zone and I be all for it. I be all for it. Cedric, you going to say you took a big go for real. Yes, I did. Listen. Now, look, our next hot topic, you all, because, listen, the foolishness, if you thought I got choked up over Tom Brady and his wife, listen, what do you all think about this foolishness? Because it's just, the foolery is just in the air. Now, Simone Biles, Olympic gold medalist Simone Biles. So her mother wants to rebuild her relationship with Simone after losing Simone to foster care at 3 years old due to the mother having a drug addiction. She prefers that Simone You get this one. Let me repeat that. Her mother prefers that Simone initiates things. I want her to reach out to me. She's 27 now. What do you all think about this? So Simone's mother lost Simone and her siblings to the foster care system when she was 3 years old. Thankfully, she was raised by her grandparents. So now that Simone is rich, she's famous, and she's very well accomplished. Now her mother is deciding to come up from whatever rock or crack or cracker or whatever, wherever she's been for these past 24 years. Now that her daughter is successful, she wants to come out, and now she wants to be known, and now she wants to be all lovey-dovey. And here's the deal. I'm all for you wanting to make amends with your daughter. I'm all for that. But the reason I would say is, you know what? I don't think that it's sincere. Ma'am, get off. Stop running your mouth to people that are reaching out to you because you are Simone's mother. If you really want a relationship with her, then you do the work behind the scenes opposed to trying to get attention. That's the part I don't like. If you truly want to reach out to your daughter and you want her to initiate it, then that's fine. You have every right for that to be how you feel. But what I'm saying is stop talking to all these bloggers, all the news people, all the paper, everybody that's reaching out to you now because you're Simone's mom. Stop running your mouth. Because to me, that makes it seem like it's not a sincere move. And then, first of all, she didn't put you in the foster care system. Ma'am, you put her in the foster care system. So why is it up to Simone to reach out to you? Why is it up to her to reach out to you? You're the parent. You messed up. So you need to initiate it. You need to apologize. You need to have a Nanyoto Reikio moment with your daughter. Not only your daughter, but here's the thing. I would ask this. Have you repaired your relationship with your other two kids that are not in the Olympics? Is this only about Simone? Have you repaired that relationship with the other kids? Because if you haven't even did the groundwork right there where you're touchable and you can get in contact with them, then this is just a bunch of crap for some money for Simone if you haven't even done the work with the other two kids that you also had. So if you haven't done that work, ma'am, start there. Start there and then work your way up to Simone. But if you haven't talked to, made a relationship or repaired, a relationship with your other two kids, I wouldn't reach out to you. Because I already know reaching out to you is going to be, yeah, I was addicted and, baby mama love you. And, I just, it was rough. And, as a result of being on them drugs, my kidney done went out and, I got dialysis and they saying that if I don't get this, well, ma'am, may you rest in peace. Okay. May you prepare to rest in peace because don't come with all this foolishness with now all these ailments. I'm sure you knew the risk and your kidney was failing you when you was out there smoking and shooting up and doing whatever it is that you were doing. So listen, you take that back. Listen, take that sob story. I'm sorry that you got one kidney, but listen, you made the best use of both of them when you had them when you was out there getting high. So now you can't come to me and expect me to just be all broken up in tears because you made your decision. Lamar, you're saying she really don't owe her mother anything, especially not in her space. Cedric, you're saying, and she lives in Chicago. Who lives in Chicago? The mother Cedric, because I think they are from the surrounding areas. I read that. Cedric, you're saying her mama wasn't sincere. She just recently got clean and is looking for some money. Absolutely, and that's what I'm saying. Let me tell you, Cedric, I'm telling y'all exactly how I knew her mother was lying. When I looked at this picture, and I saw this picture of the little Tweety Bird ponytail, that little crackhead ponytail, I was like, now see, Simone mama, now see why you sitting up here telling this lie like that. You are telling a lie, and a lie. I can tell, listen, I hope that she get clean and she stay clean, but I can tell that, listen, she just, Baby, she just one conversation away from being right back out there doing whatever she was doing. So she looked like she just, listen, she 5 minutes into being in recovery. So it's like it could go either way. Tomorrow she can wake up and be right back out there where she started from, not knowing what was going on. But should Simone be responsible for reaching out to her? I don't think so. Again, ma'am, if you are really sincere about repairing a relationship with your kids, then you should definitely reach out to your kids, the ones that you do have access to, reach out to them and then take it from there, repair with them. And then if she sees that you're sincere about that, then maybe she might allow you to come around and be in her space. But let's just be honest, like when you're dealing with somebody that has an addiction, you gotta watch them. Baby, these are some of the most creative people that you ever want to see. Baby, they listen. They come with all of the sob stories. They got everything. Listen, they know how to play on every emotion that you have. They will play all on everything. So you got to be mindful about letting them in until they've proven that they've gotten themselves together. And with somebody of Simone's stature and the amount of money that she has and influence, I would be very mindful. I wouldn't be too quick to say, you know what, that's her mother. And you have to honor your parents. Yes, she should honor her parents. She should honor her mother by staying as far away from her as she possibly can until her mother can get herself together. That's the respect that she has to give her mother. And she has to give her mother a time to get herself together. And again, if you have not laid the foundation with the kids that you already are close with, that you have access to, then you can't expect Simone to sit there and think that you're sincere about, having a relationship with her. And then when you say that, oh, well, I'm expecting her to reach out to me for what, ma'am? Why on earth would Simone want to reach out to you? I'm curious. Why would she want to reach out to you? She know what you all about. So if you're sincere, if you're real, if you're ready, then you reach out to your daughter with pure intentions. Don't ask her for nothing. Don't go, listen, don't go dry begging, because I'm gonna tell you, they are some crafty, I'm telling you, crafty people. They will come up with the most outlandish stories and situations and will be lying through their teeth, baby, and will not care who they offending, who get mad, who don't like it. They don't care about any of that. As long as they get what they want, then listen, they're fine. You mad? Oh well. Oh well. Cedric is saying Biles' husband plays for the Bears. Ooh, yes, I forgot that. Yeah, he sure does. So she's sitting up there, baby. That mama just sitting up there just counting all that money. She was like, now listen, I know Simone done won this, Simone done did this, and she done did that, and she ain't got no kids, and this and this and this and that. Hey, pretty Tasha, how you doing? So listen, again, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Simone should reach out to her mom, or do you think that the mom is right? You know what? I'm going to let her initiate when she's ready to have a relationship. Then I'm going to let her initiate the relationship. Or do you think that, you know what? Listen, Simone should reach out to her mom. Simone, it's time. Simone has been blessed. Because we all like to say, oh, she's been blessed, and you got to do right by them. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes doing right by people means to stay away from them. Sometimes doing right by people mean you got to let them do what it is that they're doing. You got to let people do what's going to make them happy. Instead doing right by people, sometimes you have to do what you have to do to protect your peace. And peace does not always include having people around, especially bad influences. So it's very well possible that Simone has absolutely nothing against her mother. It doesn't mean that she desires a relationship with her, because so much stuff has been done. It doesn't mean that she's wrong for not wanting a relationship with her mother, especially knowing the type of life that her mom has lived. So she's like, listen, I got all this stuff going on. My husband has all this stuff going on. And I'm not going to let my mother ruin this. I'm not going to let my drug addicted mother ruin this, because let's be honest. Listen, if you know somebody that's, listen, you got a family member or you know somebody that's out there on them drugs or they're alcoholic, baby, they will come and tear your stuff up and will not think twice about it. And here's the thing, I will say this, like a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, listen, I believe that being addicted to drugs and being an alcoholic, it is an illness. I do believe that. I do believe that. But with that being said, you have to recognize where your people are and put them in the perspective categories and proceed accordingly. So if Simone knows that her mother is a mess and a hot one at that, I don't think that she's wrong for not, wanting to get in contact with her, especially if she's only been clean from drugs for 5 minutes. Ma'am, ain't no way in the world I'm going to bring you to my house. I'm going to show you where I live. Why? So you can rob me while we on the road? Thank you, but no thank you. So that you can have your crackhead boyfriend climbing through the windows and following us and setting us up? No thank you. I think not, ma'am. I think not. So just hold off. Just continue. You reach out to her, but don't ask her for anything. Tell her that you love her. Tell her that, listen, I'm always here if you want to talk. I apologize. You can start off by doing that. You can say your piece to her and then let it be. Don't try to force the relationship if you're sincere, if you're truly sorry, and if you're truly desiring to be and have some type of relationship with your daughter, then that's the way that I think that it should go. Like, listen, again, you can reach out to her. You can talk to her. You can apologize to her. And you don't have to tell the whole world that you've done it. Keep that to yourself. If that's something that you are really interested in doing, then do that. Cedric said, Simone says she'll reach out in time. I agree. Love her from afar. Absolutely. She will reach out to you when she's ready to. But again, for me, I don't think that that should stop the mom from reaching out, because here's the thing, ma'am, you messed up. You messed up big time. You messed up big time. So it's up to you to put that ball in motion, to, step out there and say, you know what, listen, I want to do this. I want to apologize to you. I know I hurt you guys. I know I wasn't there. Whatever it is that you have to apologize for, and make sure, listen, that's between you and Simone. You shouldn't do that and then go back to the blogs. Yeah, well, I apologize to her. She, it's been 2 weeks and she ain't answered. Ma'am, you've been getting half for 24 years. Give her longer than 2 weeks to figure out what she wants to do and how she wants to proceed. But you got to give her longer than that. You was out there getting high longer than you giving her the amount of time to figure out what she wants to do. So it's just like, again, forgive her. I hope that Simone has forgiven her mom. But just because you forgive her does not mean that you need to allow her to come back into your life. Because, again, listen, all this energy, everybody does not have your best interest. Some people don't love you. They don't even want to be around you. They just want to be connected to the source. They want to be connected to the limelight. They want to be connected to all of the other things that are involving you or that you got going on in your life. So if you have all that stuff, then some people just want to come and plug into what you already got going on. And I will be the first one to dim her lights and be like, you will get none over here. Click, click, none, nothing. You want this, you got to build it. You want this fame, you got to work for it, and you got to build it just like I did. Now listen, speaking of working for it and building it just like I did, what do you all think about this? There's a woman. She has been sentenced to 9 years in prison for stealing more than $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. This woman stole $1.5 million worth of chicken wings, and now she is facing up to 9 years in prison. Now, the Kansas City Chiefs star Chris Jones, he offers to pay the $1.5 million for the stolen chicken so that she does not go to jail. I just want to say high five, Chris Jones, high five. Thank you so much for stepping up, because my thing is this: look at how messed up our judicial system is. George Zimmerman killed Trayvon Martin, and guess what? He's out walking free. Okay? This woman stole $1.9 million worth of chicken wings. I'm sure the amount is definitely inflated, but she stole that amount of chicken wings. She's facing 9 years in jail. I don't understand. How do you take a life and you're free? Absolutely free. You steal some chicken wings and you looking at 9 years. I don't like I don't understand this. Like, we have to make certain things make sense, because that absolutely makes no sense to me at all. You got the guy that shot up all them people in Wisconsin at the march a couple of years ago. This boy Kyle Rittenhouse, he's touring the world acting like he's some celebrity. Bro, you killed some people. You free. This woman, and let's just, oh, it's you playing the race card. No. The system played the race card. George Zimmerman, not black, free. Black woman stole millions of dollars worth of chicken wings. She on her way to jail for 9 years. Kyle Rittenhouse, pink dude, killed people in Wisconsin a couple of years ago. He's out free touring the country that made millions of dollars off being a killer. Black woman going to jail for stealing some chicken wings. How, like, how, Sway? How? How? It's election time. These are some of the things that we need to be talking about and trying to get some reform for before you put whoever that you're trying to put into office. This is the type of stuff that we as black people need to be talking about. And that's all I'm going to say about it, because I'm not going to get into no long drawn out battle about, who should be winning for the election and all this and that. So I'm not going to even get into that. But what I'm saying is, let's just look at the difference. Look at how black people are treated over some chicken wings. Okay? Some chicken wings. And you got some killers. And they free. This woman stole some. Now listen. No doubt she done messed up some people. They thought that they was going to have some chicken wings and fries and all this other. No doubt, I'm not saying that she shouldn't be punished, but listen, treat her and treat this crime like you would if it had been a white person to do it. That's all I'm saying. Give her that punishment. Whatever punishment that you would have did had it not been Miss Doreen that stole the chicken wings, but it had been Miss Ethel. If Ethel had stole them, give Miss Doreen the same punishment that you would have gave Ethel had Ethel stole the $1.9 million worth of chicken wings. Give her that same punishment. Okay, so let just close your eyes and act like Miss Doreen was Miss Ethel, and then you give her that very same punishment that you would have gave Miss Ethel. Because again, the way this system and this country is set up, let me tell y'all, I'm about sick of this whole country. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm about sick of this whole country, the country as a whole. Not just certain people in the country. This whole country as a whole is just messed up and just backwards. Backwards, and we know we are. And the powers that be, listen, just thinking they as right as two left shoes. So shout out to Chris Jones for stepping up and offering to post the bail for the director that stole the $1.5 million worth of chicken wings. So shout out to him for stepping up, using his platform to step up and help somebody. I definitely, think that that was what's up right there, because again, it's so much stuff that happens to us on a lower level, and people that have money that's able to help, are not doing anything. Now, no doubt if he had not stepped up and said anything, this story probably would not have even gotten any attention, because, of who is the victim, who's the perpetrator. So shout out to Chris Jones for doing that. Now, speaking of shout outs, listen, if y'all have some advice on this next question and this next topic, and y'all want to give it to me and you want to talk to me, 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. It goes a little something like this. As a woman, what can you offer a man so that he will not leave you for another woman? You heard what I said. You hear me what I say? I said, what can you offer a man so that he will not leave you for another woman? What can you as a woman offer a man so that he will not leave you for another woman? If you all have the answers, fellas, what can she offer you? 708-223-8953. What can she offer you? What can a woman offer to a man so that he does not leave her for another woman? What can she offer him? Y'all got to tell me y'all answer first, because when I go and give my answer, I am going clean in on what she can offer to a man so that he does not leave her for another woman. Ladies, what can you offer this man so that he does not leave you for another woman? You know what you can offer him? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. I said it. Whoever want to argue, 708-223-8953. Nothing. You cannot offer a man nothing. If he wants to leave you for another woman, guess what? That's exactly what he's going to do. You can stroke them off, lick them off, threesome them off, whatever. Slob on Bob. You can do whatever you like. As my guy T.I. say, you can do whatever you like. And if he has in his heart that he's going to leave you for another woman, then guess what? By doggone it, that's just what he's going to do. He's going to leave you for another woman. It didn't say, what can you do to keep him from leaving you? It didn't say that. It said, what can you keep him from leaving you for another woman? See, it's a difference, in my opinion. If you leaving because things were just not working out, and you know what? You got to go find yourself and figure out what's going on. You just not happy over here. I get that. Get that, respect that. That's not what this question said. What can you do to prevent your man from leaving you for another woman? I say nothing. What you can do is help him and go ahead and drop his stuff off over there, take him over there. If that's what you got your mind made up on being, I'm not going to sit up here and run my blood pressure up trying to keep a dude that don't want to be kept. See, you can't keep nobody that don't want to be kept. The only thing that you can offer him is him wanting to be with you. Him choosing and saying, you know what? I want to be with you. Like Cedric said, he already done left you at that point. Absolutely. So what you can do is get the U-Haul and help him go. Help him make this transition quicker. But what you're not going to do is sit here and try to hold on to me and while you straddle the fence and see if the grass is greener over there. No, sir, we're not going to do that. So once you've made your decision to be where you're going to be, then I'm going to respect that and support where you are and let you do what it is that you need to do. But it won't be over here. The foolishness will not be here. So ladies, don't think that you can make a man that's already made his mind up, that you can entice him or cause him to change. First of all, why would I even want him to change his mind? Why would I want you to change your mind when if you've already decided that you out, you're gone, then what do I do but respect that? So I'm going to respectfully let you do what you feel like you need to do. I'm going to let you respectfully do what you feel is best for you because you've tapped out. So before you even went and thought about having another woman involved, you didn't come to me and talk. We didn't talk and see, see about straightening this out, see about fixing this. Let's see what we can do, how we can, how we can get this together. Your first thought was another woman. And when you're dealing with men like that and their first thought is another woman, you got to let them go. You got to let him go and do what he feels is best for him. Because he didn't say he was leaving to try and see, you know what? Listen, it's a lot going on over here, man. And I'm not happy here. I can understand that whole conversation. Listen, let's talk. What's up? Let's talk. Let me see what's going on. Let me see where the disconnect is. But if this is his first option, oh, well, he's leaving you for another woman. How committed was he really? How committed? How in was he? How invested was he? If you could just easily up and leave, oh, what can a woman do to keep a man from leaving her for another woman? Open the door for him. You ain't gotta leave me. I'm gonna take you over there. That's what she can do. He ain't gotta leave. I'll take him over there. I'll drop you off. You ain't gotta leave. I'll take you over there. That's what I can do for you. I can take you over there, save you the trouble of leaving. I can take you over there. Because when you get to playing those type of games, listen, we got to start letting people go. Like once they let you know that you not who they checking for, you got to start loosening the reins. It don't mean that it's going to be easy to do. It don't mean that you don't love them. But before you sit there and continue to let somebody hurt you or neglect you or not, love you the way that you deserve to be loved, you got to start letting people go. Like you got to love yourself first. And some people think that because you love them, that you don't love you. But here's my thing. I'm like, I can promise you, my love for me is stronger than my love for anybody. And once I say, you know what? Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. There's no coming back. I'm not mad. It ain't none of that. It's just like we're gonna go our separate ways. So if he feels the need to leave you for another woman, as a woman, what you can do is pack him up and help him make that transition smoother and easier. I'm not saying that it's not gonna hurt. I'm not saying that it's going to be easy to do something like that. But what I am saying is that I can do better by myself. And I'm not trying to be with somebody that is not trying to be with me. So it's like, if this is not what's for you, I can respect that. I can respect that. You go and you find your forever home, and may you find peace in wherever you are. Just know it ain't no coming back over here. Once you leave, that's it. That's it, brother. That's it. May you and the woman that you left me for, may you all dwell in all kinds of, well, it's too close to Sunday. So I'm going to say, I hope that you guys are very happy, and I hope that you just move on and do whatever it is that you need to do that makes your life so happy. Yeah, I'm just saying that. But yeah, me personally, I wouldn't have too much energy for it at this today me. Yesterday me, I probably would have been sliding through that west side, trying to figure out what he got going on, where he at, and this and that. That was the yesterday me. But the today me, as y'all can see, listen, I couldn't even have a whole conversation without choking. I need to preserve all my breath, all my energy. I need to preserve all of that. So I don't have the time, the needs, nor the energy to be trying to go there with anybody about a dude that don't want to be here. You made your choice. Listen, I'm gonna go back. Listen, come on, Cedric, I know you got me. Come on, let's go back to one way. Toast to the other man. Toast to the other man. Ow! Listen, that's what I be playing. I be like, listen, may the both of you enjoy. You know, that's the type of stuff I be on. I'm like, today me, toast to the other woman, the other broad, whatever you want to call her, the other B word, toast to the both of you. May the both of you enjoy. And that's all, listen, that's all I have for you. The today me. Like I say, the yesterday me, man, try to find out, let me see what's going on. Why he over here? And it's, that was the yesterday me. But the today me that has worked on me, that knows the craziness in me, that me, the today me, the today that, make an appointment here and there to, have this evaluated up here. The today me, that's where we at. We on that one way toast to the other man. For all you young folks that don't know, I'm telling you, listen to that song. It will have your whole understanding in a better, listen, it will have you in a better place about being broke up with. You like, listen, what I'm going to do? Act crazy? Think not. May the both of you enjoy. It's not that I didn't love you. It's not I didn't care. May the both of you enjoy. I don't have the energy for this. I don't have the time. Listen, my knees listen, these knees ain't like they were yesterday. My voice ain't even like it was yesterday. I'm about to sit up here and need CPR just to have a conversation. So what it look like? Y'all, I'm sitting up here calling the other lady. Hello? Yeah. You want my man? You're seeing my man? This side call, how embarrassing is that? Listen, this shit can't even talk right. This why I'm leaving her, because she can't even, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna help the situation out. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to leave, then go ahead. You leave, and I'm gonna go on over here and I'm gonna drink some tea and some coffee, and I'm gonna soak in some Epsom salt, to make sure my ankles ain't, swollen, and I'm not retaining water over here, and and keep my pressure down. Because again, listen, when you in the 30 plus age range, listen, the stress can do something else to you. And I'm not trying to put myself in that position. So I clowned in the age range in which it was, appropriate and kind of health safe for my health wise. I clowned at that age. I did. And I got it all out, you all. Got it all out. But today, ain't me whatsoever. I'll have to go and let you do whatever you feel is best. Cedric, you're saying I got six sisters. Had I gave out advice on multiple occasions. Pretty much just saying exactly, Sister J. He can stay where he at. Listen, take him over there. Cedric, you saying, hey now, love yourself enough to never sacrifice your peace over some petty ish. Absolutely. And that's the thing. You gotta love yourself. So ladies, if you're faced with a situation like this, and the man, he's like, okay, well, or he ain't even telling you. Verbally, he's not telling you. But listen, if you're tapped in, you gonna see it. You gonna see it. And a lot of times we don't be wanting to see it. Trust me, listen. Been there, done that. Like good and doggone well that this man is out somewhere else doing whatever else with whomever else. If you know that you've done everything in your power, be at peace with it. And let him go ahead on and do what he has to do over yonder to, live his best life. I mean, and don't keep being an option. Don't keep allowing the door to be open, because for me, once that door is closed, it's closed. It take me a little minute to shut it all away, because I be trying to listen. Okay, I'm gonna give you a minute to redeem yourself. But once I get to the point where I'm like, okay, This that bull. You can't be redeemed from that. That's it. Guess what I'm gonna say? Nothing. Guess what I'm gonna do? Nothing. You ain't gotta, like I always say, listen, I tell brother, you don't have to block me. You ain't gotta unfriend me. You don't have to do none of that. You can walk down the street, I can see you with whoever. And I'm gonna walk right past like I don't even know you. I am Casper the Friendly Ghost. It would be like I never existed in your life, because here's the deal. I know me. I know that I got this. I got this thing called Jay. I got this. So Jay is secure in whoever Jay is. Jay ain't for everybody. Jay ain't for everybody. Just like everybody don't drink their coffee like this, Jay ain't for everybody. But for whoever want to rock with their coffee like this, whoever want to rock with Jay like this, then we are going to be the ones that rock. But we got to get better at stop trying to hold on to people that do not rock with you for whoever you genuinely are. And if a man, ladies, if he's saying that he's not happy, or he's gone elsewhere, what can you do as a woman to keep him from leaving you for another woman? Absolutely nothing. You can help. You can drop him off over there. That's the only thing you can do, because therefore he didn't leave. You took him over there. So that's what you can do as a woman to keep your man from leaving you for another woman. Take him over there to the woman that he's trying to be with. That's what you can do. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to get into. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to The J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Like, what can you do? I'll be like this. He come home, I'll be packing his stuff up. Like, what you doing? I'm like, I know you want Sheila. Be like, what you talking about, Sheila? Be like, what you talking about, Sheila? I said, you was just telling her that you loved her, and you was trying to, you was gonna be with her. So I'm just trying to help you expedite that process. Cedric, don't start with that. You said I choked, isn't it? Cedric said I choked earlier because the coffee I'm drinking ain't Bastillos. Cedric, listen, don't look. You know what? I'm gonna keep saying, just keep on me about it, because as soon as I get that coffee, and I promise you, it don't taste good, Cedric, me and you gonna fall out. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Me and you gonna fall out because you talking about get the Bastillos, and that's why I choked. You see what I'm saying? See, I choked because I had some foolishness that I was gonna say, something else I was gonna say on how to fix it for these guys that's trying to put all their finances and their worldly possessions in their mama's name. I say, listen, set his mama up with your crackhead uncle. That's what I do. You know, you got the crackhead uncle that look good, that all of listen, that he trick more HOEs than a little bit. That's why I set his mama up with. Sure will. Be like, he think, Be like, I got a lick for you. And you know they all for licks, baby. I be like, listen, I got $10,000 for you if you pull this off. Like, 10,000? Man. Wind her down. I'll be like, wind her down. Put that crackhead schlong dong on her. That's what you do. Before you know it, your mama I told my uncle everything, and we got all your money. We got all the money that now, see, the half that I was originally entitled to, since I had to go get my crackhead uncle involved, see, now we taking everything. Now what? Now you and your mama gonna run and tell us. That's what I was gonna say before I started choking. But these guys, listen, they definitely have that. Listen, this is definitely becoming popular. So I say, brothers, listen, athletes, y'all better take a page out of Tom Brady's book. Better have to take a page out of it, but Cedric, I'll be choking up again though. Don't even worry about it. I'll be checking up. Cause yeah, ever since I got sick in February, I lose my voice. Now some people say because I just talk too much, but I don't like to think of it like that. I think that it's just something. I get a little nasally after talking for so long now. After I've been sick, like I don't feel like I never got over having that cold. Listen, I walked out there with them little shoes on, and I said, man, I remember back in the day when I used to go to the club, had the whole skirt on and the whole shoes on in the dead of winter, and I never got sick. And I'm like, I don't even dress like the whole attire no more. Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, you all. Go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Also follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Like and follow us at the J Spot on our YouTube channel. That's the jspot.com. Go to TikTok. Boop, boop. Like and follow us there. J Spot. Jaye. Guys, it's just me. Listen, we are having an amazing time with our hot topics. We are rolling, we are rocking, and we are rocking and we rolling. And I'm sipping on my coffee. Lord, please don't let me choke again. That was definitely something, you all. That was an experience. But see, that's why we right here, y'all. We are right here. Cause y'all gonna see me cold blue on here. And y'all gonna check on me. And that's what I appreciate. See, I appreciate all that you all do. And keep me lifted and keep me grounded. And see, if you choke a little bit, see, here's the thing, you all. I can never be rich and famous. Because you know why? You all are going to keep me grounded, and I appreciate that. So if you ever see me trying to act all, brand new, just be like, Jay, cool out, because you'll mess around and start choking. So you need to just chill all the way out and calm all the way down. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to know that you are day one. If you tell me that, chill out, Jay, you're going to mess around and start choking, I'm going to know you are day one. Now listen, speaking of day ones, speaking of chilling out, speaking of all of this foolishness, now listen, you all. What do you all think about this? The wife throws her husband's mother's ashes down the toilet for cheating. Oh, child, you heard what I said. This woman, the wife, she pours her husband's mother's ashes down the toilet because he cheated. What do you all think about that? Does she have the right? She was upset. This man done cheated on her husband, and she throws his mother's ashes down the toilet. Is she justified in doing that? Listen, she cheated. He cheated. He broke her heart. And now she's going to break his heart by pouring his mother's ashes down the toilet. What do you all think about that? Is she justified in that? Look, beloved. Now listen, ma'am, you have went entirely too far. Too far. Like, I get the fact that you're upset. I get it that you're hurt that your husband, he cheated on you. I get that. I get that you're disappointed, but you are out of line for pouring his mother's ashes down the toilet. Like, you, ma'am, that was too far. She went too far with that, and I think that, you know what, I would have her arrested. Like, if there was something that she could be arrested for, I would have her arrested. Like, come on, ma'am. Like, that was out of line. Cedric said, "Oh, she a walking corpse." I'm just like, yes. You listen, now your ashes are gonna be joining my mama ashes. You don't play, like, you don't do no stuff like that. Like, I get it. Okay, like I said, I get the fact that you are upset that your husband cheated on you. I get that. Totally get that. Understand that. Hear it. We're clear. But you don't have the right to pour his mother's ashes down the toilet because he cheated. Like, he can't get those ashes back. Like, you have, you know, stolen what was left of his mom. And some people take that stuff very seriously. Like, I mean, you just defiled his mother's remains. So I would definitely see if there was some legal actions that can be taken against her, because I would definitely want her in jail. Or again, her ashes would be joining my mama's ashes. Hey Lee, my sister's on here. She says she should be locked up. Absolutely. That was like it. We have to start controlling our anger. Like, you listen, you chose him, okay? If he cheated, then cheat back. Okay, cheat back. But you don't throw his mother's ashes down the toilet. You just don't do that. It's just certain things that we don't do, especially if you're saying in the fit of anger. You just don't do that. It's just like, it's not a good look. It at no time is that justified. Oh, well, he cheated, so now I'm gonna do this to his mother's ashes. Cheat back. If you mad that he cheated, you cheat back. You cheat better. That's what you do. You cheat better than what he did, and we call it a draw. But now you gonna spend some time in jail. If hopefully he has you arrested, because again, I definitely would seek to have her arrested, because you don't do that. Cedric says straight scandalous. It is scandalous in its low budget. Like, I just couldn't even imagine that. That's just like somebody going to the cemetery and, defecating on your loved one's grave. Oh my God. I can't. No, I cannot even think about that. Like, it's just too much. So I can only understand the amount of trauma that this man experienced when he learned that his raggedy wife poured his mom's ashes out. Like, no, I would not be okay with that, ma'am. No, you're gonna have some problems. You're gonna have some straight problems, and you're gonna have some things and some people that you're gonna have to answer to. But that, no way, no how. So listen, ladies, I know a lot of us can get, really angry in the heat of the moment. But we got to learn how to fight above the belt. We can't. That was a below the belt move. Like, that was a no-no. Like, you should never be pushed to the point right there. And to me, I don't even think that she was pushed to the point of that. I think that she just didn't like his mother, and she wanted to do that. She was waiting on a reason to try to hurt him. That's what I think. Yeah, he cheated, but that's who thinks of, let me go grab his mama ashes and pour his mama ashes out. Who thinks about that? Like, literally, who thinks about that? I'm gonna grab his mom. Yeah, since he called himself loving his mama, and his mama wasn't. Look, no, 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 no. I'm not going. I'm not going. So, sir, please lock your ex-wife up, because that's what she would be. First of all, she would be an ex-wife, and she would be in jail for doing what she did to my mom's ashes. Cedric, it doesn't state how old she was, but she looks like she could have been in her early 30s. She looked like she was probably in her early 30s, middle 30s, doing some stuff like that. I would, listen, these new chicks, the hinge, it's not securely fastened to the door for a lot of these, young people, the young chicks especially, the hinge, that door can come off all the way within a split second. So be very mindful. It always amazes me when I see these older gentlemen, the seasoned gentlemen with the young ladies. It always amazes me, because I'm just looking, I'm like, sir, do you think your heart gonna be able to handle all this foolishness that this young lady is about to put you through the moment you stop doing what she wants you to do? Do you have any idea on how She's about to ruin your life. You cannot possibly know what you are walking into. So when I see things like that, I just chuckle because and they think they swear women in their age range, oh y'all just hated this. No, sir. Listen, there's no hate over here. Actually, let me hurry up and go get my popcorn because promise you, I don't want to be late for this show. I don't want to be late for this circus that I know that you about to listen, that you about to deal with. You may not know what's about to happen, but I know and I am ready. Listen, I am ready, ready, and ready. Hey, Lindsay, how are you? So, guys, listen, our next hot topic is this. Now, what do you all think about this? The young lady, her boyfriend is upset with her because she was crying because her ex passed away and he got upset. What are your thoughts on that? The young lady, she finds out that her ex passed away. So she's crying. And her current dude, he gets upset because she's crying over her now deceased ex. What are your thoughts on that? This young guy, is he overreacting? Is he overreacting for getting upset because his girlfriend is crying over her ex that has passed away? Or is he well within his rights and he's saying, listen, what are you crying for? I'm your guy. What the heck are you crying for another dude for? Is he well within his rights to feel like that, to think like that? Like, what are you crying for? What do you guys think about that? And I'll tell you a story. So I had a situation like this before. So I was in a relationship with someone and we had just gotten in a relationship. We had been in a relationship a few months. Hold on. And so his ex before me, and they were engaged. So he was engaged to this lady at one point. So she passed away. And we were new. And so when I tell you like the grief, oh my God, like it was so rough to watch him. When I tell you broke down, like down, like crazy, like he was just totally tap out. Like he tapped totally out of our relationship. And he went into this long, depressive, grieving process. And so what I did was, I'm just like, here's the thing. I knew him prior to us dating. I knew what she once meant to him. So how can I just sit up here and act, and now she's deceased? I'm like, you know what? Listen, right now, I'm not even going to harp on the fact, oh, we supposed to be together and how you crying over her. She's not coming back. So you mean to tell me I can't give him a moment to grieve and, go through whatever that whole process looks like? And that's what I chose to do. I chose to step back as trying to be a girlfriend and just be a friend and let him grieve. And guess what? He appreciated that. I didn't get in my feelings because he was how hard he was crying or how he just broke down and like literally almost lost it. I didn't get mad at that because again, I had known him prior to us talking to each other. So I knew that. I knew what he once felt for her. So to have that rush of emotions come back and knowing now that she is deceased, I can't even imagine how he had felt knowing that, man, she's not coming back. So the least I can do is just be a listening ear. We talked about stories. He would be able to share. And it's like creating a safe space. And I was his safe space. I didn't throw any of that stuff up in his face. And I will say this, I will be honest, okay? I'm going to be honest. It was one of the hardest things that I had to do. You have to, what you watch somebody that you care about grieve over somebody else that they once loved and cared about. That's some rough ish to deal with. That's a rough situation to deal with. But death in itself is a rough situation to deal with. When she was alive and we were together, we didn't have, like, he wasn't reminiscing and talking about her and this and that. So I'm just like, I didn't feel like there was any cheating or he seeing her or anything behind my back. I never felt like that. But upon learning upon her death, that was like, it just did something to him. So we got to learn how to be a person's safe space. Just because they're grieving doesn't mean that they wish that they were there with you opposed to with that person opposed to with you. It's just that death, like, man, death is final. It may have been some regrets, like, man, I wish I would have apologized. I wish I would have said this. I wish I would. You don't know how people are feeling. You don't know what are causing people to grieve the way that they are grieving. So we got to do better at, like, just kind of trying to be supportive. And it's like, if you can't, then you got to ask yourself, like, man, how deep am I together? You said that they shared a child, right? It doesn't say that they shared a child. The post doesn't say that they shared a child. And my ex did not share a child with his ex. They didn't share a child, but they were engaged. And like I said, baby, the way this man broke down, it was, woo, I'm telling you, I was just like, like I said, I will never lie and say that was something easy to deal with, because it was not. But at the end of everything, he came back and he's just like, man, he's like, thank you so much. He was like, I'm sorry if I never meant to disrespect you or hurt you, which I don't think that, I didn't feel like he disrespected me. I don't feel disrespected. I didn't feel disrespected. I felt like he needed a friend. You needed somebody that was going to be able to be there for you, and that you were safe and you can be totally vulnerable and you could be okay with that. And I watched him fall apart and I built you back up. You were safe to be able to fall apart there with me. Again, seeing him fall apart was crushing me. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to be okay. It's like you got to try to, hold it together for everybody. And that's kind of what we as women, we're blessed with, that ability to kind of hold it together for everybody. We hold everything together. So we're kind of blessed with that. But, I just had to let him go through his process because, listen, again, it's not like I didn't know. So for this guy, for his situation with his girlfriend, you got to let her grieve. It doesn't take anything away from you or what you have in the relationship. You got to let people grieve, and people grieve in different ways. But it's just like, if you interfere with that, then they will resent you, and then you will get broke up with, or she will dump you, or she won't care that you broke up with her. And then guess what? She won't respect you after the fact, because she's like, man, I was at a low point, and now I know that I can't see myself having a future with you, because one of the things that involves having a future is being able to be with somebody for better or for worse. This was a worse situation, and you turned your back on me because of your personal feelings. You couldn't even hold your feelings. You couldn't even hold your negative emotions in check and be there for me when I needed you most. I'm breaking down. I'm cracking up, not because of I don't respect what we have, but it's a normal grieving process. We can't control our grief. So you want me to control how I feel, the sadness that I have, just so that you can be okay with whatever it is that you're doing as being a man. And that's not cool. Like, you gotta let people grieve and go through whatever process that they have to go through. So it's just like you're robbing them of how they truly feel, because now they can't express themselves because you're not a safe space. People need to know that they're in a relationship with somebody that's a safe space, because if you're not a safe space for me, then I'm not going to be vulnerable with you. If you're not a safe space, and one day we're gonna have to talk about that. Being a safe space for people, being a safe space for your partner to just be at their most vulnerable point and their most vulnerable level in life. If something happened to me, if I was like losing it here, can I trust you? Can I trust you to hold me down? Can I trust you to hold me down mentally? Can I trust you to hold me down emotionally? Can I trust you to hold me down? See, when we get into all of this frivolous stuff, oh, he gotta be, what's your type? What's your type of man? He gotta be honest. He gotta be able to take me out 3 times. Bump that. Bump that. Can you hold me down? Can you hold me down when life gets to lifing? When life gets in the way, can you hold me down mentally? Can you hold me down emotionally? That's my type. That's what is needed. We don't talk about that. We talk about all of the frivolous things, but we don't talk about, and we don't shed enough light on what really matters. And what really matters is, again, can they hold you down? You going through all these terrible things in your life. All of this crap is going on. Life is just falling on you. Boom, 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 boom. And you with somebody, and you can't go to them, and you can't grieve because they don't got you like that. They're not a safe space for you. So, what's the purpose in being in a relationship and you can't go to them? You can't depend on them. When you say, oh, I'm looking for somebody that I can depend on, it has absolutely nothing to do with money. But that's the first thing we'll think about. Um, she looking for somebody to take care of her. Why? She just want my money and this and that, bruh. Has nothing to do with your money. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The stuff that comes to my mind has nothing to do with finances. Because when folks start dropping dead around you, it don't matter how much money you have, that can't bring people back. That's not going to comfort you. I mean, it'll help you go through the process of taking care of the business. But after everything is paid for, everything is said and done, and I'm about to lose it all, can I come to you? Can I trust you? Do you got my back? Or are you going to pick an argument with me because I'm grieving? Are you going to pick an argument with me because you feel like, oh, well, y'all broke up. What are you crying over him for? What are you crying over her for? This is when people show them true selves. So when people show you who they are, especially in situations like that, when you bounce back from it, believe them. Believe them and take note of it, because how people act in bad times will be a big indicator on what you can expect if you couple up with them and it becomes permanent. This is how they act. And if that's fine with you and that's what you want, then that's fine. But how a person acts and behaves and treats you when you're going through, it says a lot. So let's add that to one of the things that we should be looking for is something that's important for us to look for when we're talking about what do you look for in a man? What does she have to bring? What does he have to bring and add to your life? Can you hold me down? Can I be myself with you? Can I be like, will you support me? Will you be there to catch me if I fall? Will you be there to help build me back up if life gets in the way? Because being together with somebody long enough, life is going to get in the way. Life is going to life. Will you have me? Will you have me? Will I be safe with you when those things start to happen? And this right here, young lady, he's showing his natural behind. I don't think that he would be capable of holding you down. I just don't, because if he's that type of person that will affect him like that, and he's upset because you're grieving over an ex, you grieving for a reason, because you felt something at one point. Just because you're grieving don't mean that you feel that way today, but you felt that way at some point, and you have a right. Grieving is a human emotion. Cedric, you're saying let them grieve. It's about reciprocated energy. And then you said, go ahead, Angelo Maya. I'm going ahead, Cedric. I'm not choking right now, so I can get a little deep. But yeah, again, to me, I would see this as a red flag, and I don't know if I would go forward with a situation like that, because now I would be stuck. I would feel like, you know what? I know I can't trust you. I can't trust my heart with you. If I can't trust my heart with you, if I can't trust my innermost being with you, I'm good. I'm good. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care how much fame you got. I don't care what your status is. I don't care about any of that, because what I needed most from you, you can't give me. You didn't give me that. So therefore, I'm good on you. I'm good on the relationship. I'm good on everything. You ain't got, listen, say no more. You upset? Say no more. You ain't got to worry about getting upset ever again. Because this right here, this done. This is done. Now, speaking of done, guys, our final hot topic. Now, what do you all think about this? I need, listen, and this is going to be some foolishness right here. But the ring, when the engagement is over, who keeps the ring? Who gets the ring? If the wedding is called off, who gets the ring? Does the woman keep the ring, or does she give it back? The the wedding is called off, and the ring is involved. Who gets the ring? Listen, I got a story about that. Why am I talking about my life on tonight? And I just realized this foolishness with this doggone post. But who gets the ring? Because I see a lot of times, listen, watching court TV and all this other bull junkie, you will find out some things. Listen, y'all thought y'all was gonna make it forever. Oh, we engaged. I was getting married. I was married. I was getting married. And then something happens. You're not getting married. Who keeps the ring? Who gets the ring? Do you keep the ring? So if you call the wedding off, do you still think that you're entitled to keep the ring? Fellas, if you call the wedding off, do you think that you're entitled to get the ring back? Who keeps the ring after the wedding is called off? Who gets to keep the ring? So now listen, I feel like I'm sort of semi-expert on this. So let me tell y'all, so umpteen years ago, let me sip on that. Umpteen years ago, yours truly was getting hitched. Okay, yeah, I know. Listen, I know. Y'all find it hard that somebody was going to be willing to deal with this mouth. I know you do. I know. Trust me, I know. Okay? But guess what? It didn't work out like that. And no, he didn't call it off. He didn't. It was me. I called it off. Who keeps the ring? You don't see any rings on my finger. I didn't keep the ring because even though I called it off, I didn't want, like, what do I want the ring for? Like, what do I want the reminder for? We're not getting married. Like, yeah, you can go and pawn it and do all of this other stuff. But in my case, I didn't keep the ring. We had no business ties. We didn't have, so it was just like, it was able to be a clean break, a clean separation. You keep what you came with, I keep what I came with, and then all is right with the world. So, according to some laws, so you have to depend on what state that you're in. But if the wedding is called off, it doesn't matter who calls it off. If the wedding is called off, then ladies, you have to give that engagement ring back because the wedding, the reason that you were given the ring, that's not taking place. So that contract has been nullified because you guys called the wedding off. So that's in a lot of states. So you have to check and see what the laws are in your particular state to find out if that clause pertains to you in your state. But most states, if the wedding is called off, then you have to give the ring back. It doesn't matter if he cheated or whatever the case is, you have to give the ring back because the ring was not a gift. The ring was a symbol of fulfilling this contract or this deal, making this arrangement, which was you guys getting married. But when that's null and void, so is being able to keep the ring. Plus, again, it's just like, I mean, if you trying to if you're the one that broke off the wedding and you trying to get away and you just want a peaceful break, why would you not want to give the ring back? Now, listen, the rings do be nice though. Like, I ain't gonna lie. They be nice. They be nice. If you get you a couple of carrots, you'll be like, "Whoo, child, Lord have mercy." There. Woo, child, I don't even want to get this bull junkie back. So now you finna have to go through this hassle with him calling, him wanting the ring back off. Listen, I'm not finna go through all that. I'm not. We not together. When I say I don't want to see you no more, I mean that with everything that's in my heart. I don't want to see you no more. No more. So if this ring causes you to go and it causes you to move away from me expeditiously, why not give it to him? You know, it was given to you as you guys getting married. He didn't say, "Oh, just here's a gift for you." He thought you was gonna be the bride of Chucky. But when you say you're not gonna be the bride of Chucky, then listen, give him his ring back and go your separate way. But again, you have to check and see what the law says in the state that you live in. But for most people in most states, you have to give the ring back if there is going to be no wedding. Because again, it's called off. We done. We finished. It's over with. Finito. We done. Again, me personally, where I am today, I don't want it. I just want to go ahead. Listen, I'm not about to raise my blood pressure. I'm not about to be going back and forth with nobody about nothing. Take the ring, brother. Best wishes. Like I said earlier, toast to the other man. And literally in this case, it was toast to the other man. And we gonna keep it moving. Now listen, guys. Speaking of keeping it moving, tonight we are talking about coping with abandonment in relationships. Yeah, you heard me right. Coping with abandonment in relationships. Then you may be saying, "Jay, what in the world? Abandonment in relationships?" Yes, listen, people are abandoning relationships. They abandon their marriages. They just flat out, listen, 1 minute they're in and 1 minute the next moment they go. Now, a lot of times people may think that, you know what, they abandoned me for no reason. I don't necessarily think that is true in a lot of situations. I think that disconnections come and nobody is willing to bridge the gap to reconnect that relationship. We're not willing to build the gap. We're not willing to do what it is that we did in the beginning to keep each other together. Things happen the longer you are together, you know, like they used to say back in the day, the thrill is gone. It's so many things that happens that causes people to disconnect and tap out. But according to an online source, abandonment in relationships is the desertion that means that one person has left the other without consent. You just got up and walked your funky end to the store and you never came back. They going over to my dear house, and when you went to work, baby, they moved everything out. Gone. And you like, wait, what? What has happened here? I don't know if that has that ever happened to anyone when you were married or except let me say this, except for you were in an abusive relationship. Let me make that clear. If you were in an abusive relationship, that was not abandonment. That person got free. They got free from you. They ran from your crazy behind as they should have. So we're going to say if you left or somebody left you because there was some domestic violence, that's not abandonment. Okay, so we're going to clarify that that part is not abandonment. But if you were just having some other challenges in the relationship, cheating, financial, whatever the challenge was, and they just checked out and didn't tell you, man, that can mess you up. And to me, people are, I'm seeing this is becoming something more and more common today. Like, people, we have little to no regard for how we treat each other. Meaning that if I wanted to break up with you, instead of me having a conversation with you about what's not working and being okay and being grown enough to accept whatever your pushback and your feedback is going to be for me for that relationship, we'll just turn cold. We'll disappear. We'll stop tapping in. We'll start making, little subtle innuendos that will signify that we're leaving. You'll have one foot in and one foot out, opposed to having a connection, having a conversation. You'll start alienating your affection. You're not affectionate to them. You give them the silent treatment. And if you guys don't stay together, oh baby, that's even worse because now they're not calling you like they used to. If they return your phone call, it's not important. Like, you're calling and talking to them returning your phone call is no longer a priority. Them returning or responding to your text messages, no longer a priority to them. All of this, if you had something on your chest, if you had something on your mind that you want to get off your chest, get it off your chest. Why play these type of games? Why do these mind games and play these little childish games when if you got something on your chest? I feel like you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with somebody. You sleeping with them so you can sleep with them, but you can't talk to them. If you can't talk to them, why are you sleeping with them? Why are you there? Why hold on to people? And then you come in and then you come out, you halfway in and you halfway out. So now they're just stuck trying to figure out what's going on. Now, here's the deal. Being separated versus being abandoned are two different things. Abandonment is leaving without consent, and separation is voluntary or it's mutual. If we're separating, I'm letting you know, or we're breaking up. That's something that's being discussed. I'm letting you know, like, listen, I ain't with this right now. Like right now, I'm totally not feeling this thing called us. I'm not feeling it at all. Like I'm not feeling what we're doing. I'm not feeling this at all. So that's where we are with this. I'm not feeling it. So I'm ready to tap out because I'm not there. And it's okay to be in that moment. Like it's okay for you to be in that moment and be in that space. It's okay to be there. But we have to have a conversation about it. We gotta be on one accord and we have to let them know where we're coming from and how we're feeling. Because if we don't, then it's just like, okay, well, how fair is it to them? Like you all of a sudden, what it would seem like to them, it's like you all of a sudden started feeling this way. But it's not all of a sudden. It's something that's been building up and building up and building up. Cedric, you said it all starts with the communication. Absolutely. It all starts with the communication. And how abandonment starts is because there is no communication. One person felt like, you know what? It's easier for me to go ahead on and just step out of this opposed to trying to communicate with you and let you know how I feel. So I'm just going to go ahead and separate myself from this situation. And to me, that's a coward way to do things. Again, if it's abuse involved, then it's the best way to do it. It's the only way to do it. You got to get up out of there. So when you're escaping from an abusive situation, it's not considered abandonment. You're escaping for your safety. Two different things. So we're not talking about escaping due to domestic violence. We're talking about everything else, all these other issues that can be communicated, but we're choosing not to communicate. We're choosing just to leave. Now, here are some examples of what is considered abandoning relationships and then even marriages in some states. So one example is the spouse has left the home with no intention of returning. They no longer provide financial support to the family. So when you're thinking about that, it's like, okay, what causes a person to just get up and walk out and walk away from a relationship? What are some things that you guys think that can cause that? Like, and do you think that it just happened? Like, for me, I don't think that it just happens. I think that it's things that have occurred over time and they're not being addressed. So, whatever the issue is for the person that actually left, it was something, the straw that broke the camel's back has occurred. And then this person is like, okay, I am fed up. While you have the other person thinking like, oh my God, like what happened? I thought that we were happy. And see, anytime that you have two people that are in the same relationship, but they got a totally different experience from the relationship, to me, I think that those relationships, communication died a long time ago. Like we cannot be in the same relationship and be having two totally extremely different perspectives on our relationship. You see what I'm saying? Like usually when we tapped in for communication, we both know, man, it's just not working. I mean, we not getting along. We're trying. And it's just like, for some reason, we just cannot connect. This thing is just not working. Like, man, what can we do? We tried counseling. We tried this. We tried that. It's just not working. And you both agree. So that means that you're both at least tap into that and you both acknowledge that, we got some issues in this relationship and we both kind of agreeing like, man, I'm at my wit's end, they're at their wit's end, and we're like, What do we do? You got that type of relationship. And then you got this relationship where one person is just all in love and yeah, we got a few challenges, but it ain't nothing that we can't get through. Whereas the other person, they're like, okay, I am sick of this bull. I'm done. I have had it up to here with this relationship. I'm done. How do you get one person being done and the other person thinking that, we have a few challenges, but I didn't think that he wasn't happy. Wait a minute, what you mean you didn't know he wasn't happy? What you mean you didn't know she wasn't happy? So anytime I hear when people are like, they didn't know that their spouse or their partner was unhappy, I'm like, where you been? Like, how are y'all in this relationship and you have two drastically different perspectives on the state of your relationship? There's no communication in that second relationship. There's no communication. Because, and you are not tapped in. Y'all talking to everybody about what's going on in your relationship, but to each other. But to each other. And that's how people tend to tap out and leave you high and dry. But and then you'll be thinking that, man, this just happened overnight. Like, I can't believe that he just up and left. I can't believe that she just up and left. I thought we were happy. If you and I thought we were happy type relationship and they not really happy, and them leaving caught you off guard, I'm sorry, but you guys were not tapped in like you think that you were. Pretty Tasha, such a person saying, boom, communication. Pretty Tasha is saying, yeah, it do be like that. Two different people can be in a relationship with that person and both of them may not experience the same thing. Absolutely. It's just like we're in the same relationship, but we're having two drastically different experiences. And again, that leads back to communication. The lack thereof, it's not happening. It's not happening because there's no way for you to be in a relationship and not know that the other person is unhappy if you guys are communicating. Even if you cannot resolve whatever your issue is, that's fine. But at least you are aware that there is an issue and you guys have done what you can do to try to resolve it. I'm not saying every issue is going to be resolved, but at least you're there and you both are kind of on the same page, acknowledging that there is some stuff that's going on and you've acknowledged it. Y'all talking about it. You haven't come to a solution. You haven't come up with a solution, but at least you guys are in the same relationship, opposed to the couple where one person thinks that they're happy and the other person is out. The other person is out because there is no communication in that relationship. So we have to start getting better at like tapping into our partner's needs, tapping into what they're saying, tapping into what they're not saying. But my thing is this, you can't tap into something that's not consistent. Let me say that again. You cannot tap into something that is not consistent. So you can't call yourself being in a relationship with somebody, but you guys rarely talk. You don't see each other. There's no communication. That is a relationship. Listen, somebody done left that relationship, and that's just some ish. That's just a ship that is just floating out there with no destination, no sail, no oar, no nothing. That's just a situation. You just floating around, and you gonna land wherever you hit the wall at. That's where this relationship is gonna end. That's that. But we gotta start tapping in. If you really in, then be all in. If you out, be out. Cedric, you're saying great word, Jay, acknowledgement. And Cedric is saying also, I'll say it again, professional victim. It's not genuine. And professional victim, and we don't take accountability for our own actions. So in a relationship, neither party is perfect. So if I can't look at myself and see what I'm doing or what I've done to possibly either cause it or not make the situation any better, then I'm missing something. I'm missing something. I should have said, you know what, listen, yeah, when he said that, you know what, I can see where he coming from. I can totally see what he mean about, me being this way. Or I can see where she's coming from. I can see where this person is coming from that. So we want to definitely do what we can to prevent, the abandonment and the feeling of abandonment in these relationships and in these marriages. So again, try your best to keep the lines of communication open. And sometimes communicating can be so hard. So we got to make sure that we are creating a safe space for each other. And then we got to be able to have those hard conversations. But you know what? We got to have those hard conversations and still be able to be respectful to each other if we plan on staying together. Because some people just go in, just gut punching, just swinging and saying anything, just verbally swinging and saying everything. And then you expect that person to still sit and look at you with love and admiration and, oh, they want to be with you and they want to build with you. Bama, I'm trying to get away from you because you done said entirely too much. And yeah, I'm good. I'm good on this. I'm good on this. So if you are in a relationship and you like, dad, what happened? I didn't even know that they were not happy. I would say the next go round, if you're not able to salvage this one, the next go round, kind of look at what you did. Look at yourself. Look at what can I do differently the next time. So when I am in a relationship, the person, they can feel comfortable with coming to me to, express how they feel so that we can at least have a conversation so that if this thing is going to last, at least we will have a shot. But if we don't have that communication, then it's not going to happen. And then here's the thing. Some people are just not good at communicating. They just not. So it's easier to avoid the situation. It's easy. It's easy to not talk to you about it. It's easier. But the part is, if you are connected and y'all at least talking at some point, them leaving or them being unhappy will not come as a total surprise to you because you guys still do have some level of communication. So there were signs to let you know that, yeah, I may need to brace myself because the way that this brother talking now, I don't know how much longer we're going to be lasting with this. This may not last as long as I think it is. So, we definitely have to do better at that. But when you talking about coping with abandonment, definitely listen, talk to somebody, talk to a professional, and get yourself situated and sort out all those feelings and all those emotions and figure out what went wrong in that space. Take a little time out and then come back and regroup and try it all over again. But don't just come from a relationship or a marriage and it ended that way, and then you not give yourself time to heal and you not talk to somebody about it. Sometimes these situations like this can scar us and we need to talk to somebody professional. Listen, sit on a couch. I know the pastor, them, and them, you want to talk to them too. But sometimes you got to talk to somebody that can help you dissect and sort out other things that may be connected to that. Guys, listen, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot. And J is spelled Jaye for all three. While you're at it, go right around the corner. Boop, boop, boop. Go to YouTube, like and subscribe our channel there. That's the jspot.com. Go to TikTok, like and follow us there. The J Spot, Jaye. Turn on the notification bell for all platforms, guys. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Peace out. Good night, you guys. Good night. Good night.
Baby,
Good night, guys.
you're
Thank you so
melting.
much. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night, guys.